Welcome in to another SR51Media 51 Minicast. This one's going to be a little bit longer than normal, so just strap in. We are back for another episode. Thank you for giving SR51Media brand a channel. Thank you for giving SR51Media brand a chance to listen to us so far, as a brand and our community and the things we talk about. If you're new to the community and this is your first time in, welcome in. If you're normal to the community and you're just catching up on the news, welcome back. Hopefully you're having a good day today. If you're not, hopefully it turns around for you. We're getting volume audio. Let me turn this game audio down we're going to be doing a podcast today. So we're going to have this on in the background. So in the background, we're going to have the 92 San Francisco 49ers versus the 92 Baltimore Ravens. Okay, I'm not going to control the team. Just to have something on in the background, we're going to go with 15 minutes a quarter. If we need to set up another game, we will. And then we're going to go with about 6:48, so about a 6:30 game, and launch it. Okay, so I have a list of topics spanning across video games and my decision to come to Kick and, what was the deciding factors in that and, why were certain things done the way they were done. So I'm going to be getting into that today. Like I said, welcome into the stream. Welcome into the stream. Hopefully you're having a good day today. If you're not, hopefully it turns around for you. 1 second. Dealing with dry chapped lips in the summer. So, as soon as we let the noise go by. So, first topic. What games am I currently playing? So, the games I'm currently playing are Madden, NFL 24. I'm on that weekly. Excuse me. I just recently logged into Starfield, I want to say last week. I was looking to see what was new in the creation store and what was some of the new creations. I'll be getting to Starfield later on, but that is one of the games I was playing as well. Still, every now and again, checking on Animal Crossing. I'll jump into Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse just to see who's in their lobby. I think I was going to play a Titanfall match, but then I changed my mind. So, a couple of good games I'm involved with, basically. To me, it's more about the games that are about to come out than it is the games that are already out. So, next topic. What games am I looking forward to? Now, when it comes to games I'm looking forward to, in my opinion, I'm definitely looking forward to NCAA. Okay? Just to reveal some things about the schedule, because I wanted to wait till we got closer together. Weekend streams will be hosted here on Kick. They will be recorded, and they will be posted to YouTube, and then they will be posted to the website. Typically, posting to YouTube, you post to the website at the same day, so you can go to either one to basically watch it. But I'm definitely looking forward to NCAA. A lot of people don't know it, but 1 second. A lot of people don't know it, but NCAA is going to be my weekend game. So what that means is when NCAA comes out, I think July 16th, right? What's going to happen is I'm going to play NCAA permanent. Like, I'm not going to play Madden. I'm not going to play Starfield. I'm not going to play, what else am I playing? Starfield, Madden, NBA, all that's going to be shut down. Now, when I say I'm only going to be playing NCAA, I'm going to play NCAA during the week on TikTok, right? And then on the weekends, we're going to play NCAA as well, because Kick is going to be getting NCAA as their game. So what's going to happen is when Madden comes out in August, I think it's the 13th or something like that, 13th, 16th, something like that, whatever's the early edition date that it comes out, that game is going to become a during the week game. So Monday through Friday, it will be Madden NFL 25. And then Saturday and Sunday will be NCAA 25 on Kick. Madden during the week on TikTok. NCAA on Kick during the weekends. So that's those two games, because I bought the bundle. I bought the bundle, I want to say, like a week ago, something like that. And they already took their money, so everything's straight. It's not one of those. Now, the one thing I can say about the process is that I do think needs to be changed is, I think when you actually buy a game, they should take the money right then and there. I think the whole, like, I understand I'm pre-ordering something, but sometimes that messes with finances when you go to buy something and you buy it and then they don't take the money, and then it's like 2 weeks later randomly they take the money out and stuff like that. So maybe I'll get a separate card for my video gaming. That way I know I can just put money into it. Nowadays, they got so many different cards, I'm pretty sure I can get one. But staying on topic, where I was coming from is the games I'm looking forward to is NCAA, Madden 2025. As outside of sports world, I would say the other two games I'm looking forward to is Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Dragon Age Veilguard. Those are the two games that really stuck out to me these past couple of game showcases. I'll be getting into some of the things going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I also, I didn't put anything down for Veilguard, so to explain it, I'm one of those type of people where I'll play your game for 100 to 200 hours. But when things start becoming repetitive, or if they start becoming predictable, I lose interest. A lot of people don't understand why I'm able to play Madden the way I'm playing it. It's because of how I structure it. It's going to be the same way I structure it in NCAA. I'm going to be playing Dynasty mode. I'm going to, from what I know, you become the coach. And then you control the team, right? Or I'm unsure how this is going to go, right? But I'm going to be looking to start a franchise type of team, and I'm also going to be looking up, because I looked up University of Hawaii, and it was something where they said that Aloha Stadium or something is no longer being used, so they play at a different stadium, and it's generic. It's not actually, like Texas Longhorn Stadium or Alabama's home or something like that. It's kind of like a generic. Stadium, right? So, in my opinion, if the stadium is a tad bit generic, right, then basically what I think you should do is you should actually choose between University of Hawaii and basically a created team, because I heard a couple people talking about how they're going to create a university, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. Create a university somewhere either in, let's say, the West Coast or the East Coast, created logos, all that sorts of stuff. I didn't even know you could do that in the game. So it's going to be another thing that I look up, and that's what has me hype about the game, because I feel like a lot of people, some people play sports games and some people don't. And for me, I feel as though my favorite time of year in gaming is this time of year when, you got the WNBA on, you got NBA about to come back, you got baseball nearing the playoffs, you got football on its way back, you got Canadian football on, you got Madden coming out, now we have NCAA coming out along with that. So some of the plans I had, like my gaming plans, have changed at least 3 or 4 times in these past couple months. Give me 1 second. So what happened was, at first I was going to get all sports games, right? I was going to do NCAA, Madden, and 2K, right? And then I thought to myself, like, okay, we're good. Just, those 3 games. And then I heard that, Assassin's Creed was coming back. Now, Assassin's Creed Mirage, to keep it honestly, talking about games I'm interested in, Assassin's Creed Mirage was a game that I wasn't really that interested in. I felt as though that they tried to play to an audience that no longer is here, Don't get me wrong. Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 and 3, it sold some numbers. But if I had to guess, I think things like Black Flag and Odyssey and Origins and stuff like that sold more because of the play style. You know, this Assassin's Creed, which I'll be getting into later, deeper dive into it, but this Assassin's Creed really spoke to me, not just because there's an African samurai. That's not the whole point. 1 second, I need to move this fan. I had to move this fan and turn this light off. It's still light outside. You see what I'm saying? Like the heat off of that lamp and these TVs and stuff like that get kind of hot when you're behind the lights. So what I was saying was, and we'll be getting into it more about Assassin's Creed when we get there, but what really stood out to me was the fact that the play styles. You see what I'm saying? Basically, you can creep in the shadows as the Japanese character, the woman that's in it, right? You could be the girl or the woman that's in it, right? Or you can be the African samurai and have like brute strength as your talent. So when I looked at the structure of the game, the first thing I noticed was, I'm like, okay, most of the time with Assassin's Creed missions, there's a outer rim to it. There's like an outer base, and then there's a middle base, and there's an inner base, right? And to get to the person in the middle, the main base, you can creep your way around, but the best way is to like kind of like knock off guards on your way there, so that way by the time you get to the main guy, he has no protection, because it's so hard to go brute strength with everybody, right? But when I saw the guy in Assassin's Creed Shadows, I was like, he looks like the type of dude that's going to get to a point where he can take anybody on. So if he can take anybody on, I prefer to kick the door in and take the fight to everybody, because I haven't been able to do that, you know? I felt like you could do it a bit with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it was still kind of, you know, difficult because they had like animals. Like if I remember correctly, sometimes they would have bears and tigers and stuff protecting them and stuff. Now I don't know how they're gonna go with the shadows. I don't know how that's gonna go down. But in my opinion, I felt like, okay, this is a great game that I want to be a part of, right? So then that creeped up into the game plans. And then what happens next is, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm watching the, you know, showcase and everything like that. Then they come out with Veilguard, right? I'm like, what? I ain't heard from Solus. This nigga Solus, if you don't know, I'm not going to ruin the story for you, because a lot of people that heard about a lot of people that heard about Dragon Age Veilguard may actually go back and play Dragon Age Inquisition and try to check it out or something like that, right? So what ended up happening was, because I didn't play Dragon Age 1 or 2. I started with Inquisition. Shout out to Lissick on Twitter. Shout out to Lissick on Kick. I made another mistake. Shout out to Lissick on Twitch. Fellow content creator. Very great. Check him out. We're cool with each other, and basically he put me down on the Inquisition and was like, man, you never played Inquisition. And I went home and tried it and completely fell in love with Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm talking about, this is one of my favorite all-time games. Now, what I could have did was I could have went back and played 1 and 2, but once I played Inquisition, because Inquisition played different, right? Once I played Inquisition, I was like, nah, man, Inquisition's my game, right? So I'm watching Dragon Age Veilguard, and I'm keeping an open mind. You know, I'm like, hey, I don't know whether or not this thing is going to be good. I don't know whether it's going to be bad. Let's just watch it from an open opinion type thing, right? So what happens is I'm watching Veilguard, and I'm like, no, this is going to be good. This is going to be good because they're going to, number one, they're giving you a place to customize, which is something I love in video games, okay? Some sort of home base that I can come home to and decorate, right? They're giving you no ability to control your other characters in the game. So the people that accompany you are going to do their own thing. So now you don't have to, but you can assign them. I saw something where they said you could put a setting in them that actually makes them revive you when you get knocked out. So if you get knocked out, one of them will fight the enemy, and the other one will like come over to your body and heal you and pick you up, right? So I'm like, that's cool. You know, the story is already great. I feel as though, in my opinion, they had one of the best reveal trailers, because if you know Dragon Age, you would know that the smaller guy that was talking to Solus, the elf, it seems like he died. You know, I could be wrong, but it seems like he died or somebody else died in that trailer, that mission that you was on. And they said that you can lose main characters. Now, without ruining anything, that is also present in other games like, say, Starfield, where you can lose a main character if you choose the wrong way, right? Or if you choose a specific way. So I was like, man, you know, this game looked good, you know, and then Assassin's Creed Shadows looks great as well. Now, the thing about it is, I've already said that Madden and NCAA are going to be taking up the majority of TikTok and Kick streams, right? So I was like, all right, if I get these games, these are personal games. But what I'm going to debut and tell you guys I'm looking at doing today is, because I own an Apple iPad, right? Now, a lot of people would say, well, how does that, you know, tag into what you're talking about? The iPad has the ability to play Xbox games on it, right? So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to see how the format works. I'm going to try it out a little bit today. Maybe try some basketball, see how it looks being recorded and stuff like that. Upload it to the computer, run it on YouTube, see how it looks on the playback and stuff. But I feel that the content that we are making needs to start making its way to YouTube as well. I'm not going to be live streaming on YouTube, but there are people that I understand. Like I said, I'm a family-friendly brand, family-first brand, right? So I understand that you're going to have things like school, work, life, jobs, all sorts of things. All sorts of things are going to come up that you cannot make a stream for. If, let's say, on Monday, right? I think this Monday, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's say this Monday we make the playoffs, right? And it's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and you've watched all the games, and I'm about to play the NFC Championship game. But you know you have to go to sleep to be able to get up the next morning to go to work or to go to school or whatever you got to do. That's messed up that you can't basically watch the rest because there's no recording being uploaded to YouTube, right? Now, I'll be getting into later about why I chose to have Kick as my main platform with TikTok for live streams. That's a later topic. But at the same time, there will be videos posted to YouTube in different formats so people can keep up. But the game I'm looking forward to, I said to myself, I was like, we can make those and edit those out real nice, because to tell you the truth, with games that you cannot predict what's going to happen, you should not stream those. Because, like, take Dragon Age and Cyberpunk, there's been a lot of games I've seen that it's not like adult content, like, you know, physical acts or anything like that. It's more like you don't know what could happen. You know, are they going to say a curse word? And I mean, are they going to show bare nudity? Are they going to physically do something? Is somebody going to say or do something to them? So when you have the 18-year-old to tag off, you have to make sure that it's family friendly. And as we all know, sports might be one of the first, if not most popular, family friendly brands out there. Okay, where you can watch that at any age. You don't have to be 19 or 20 or 30 or 40. You know, you can watch it at any age, and to me, it's entertaining. You know, I'm getting more and more into college football. I wasn't that much into it last year. I was more into the pros. But I feel now with NCAA coming out, I'm going to be watching more college football games. And also at the same time, I'm also going to be looking to get that bundle every year, you know, because I want the newest game. I want the newest features. That's what I'm about. Around this time of year, I'm about games like that, right? So just being honest, I was like, well, I'm not going to buy, you know, 2K if I'm going to have NCAA for a month, right? And then NCAA on the weekends on Kick. And then I got Madden 25 during the week. And then on top of that, I got Dragon Age and Assassin's Creed. When am I going to play 2K? You know, like, when is it really going to be there that I want to play it? Now, two games that are already on there that I want to look at getting, what I'm looking forward to getting, maybe around the time of Christmas, is 2K and WWE. what I'm seeing from WWE has me entertained. What I saw yesterday at Money in the Bank showed me like, no, this place is going in a different direction, you know? And it would be super fun to be like the heavyweight champion. And, you know, sometimes when we come live on Kick, maybe we just do WWE, storyline where I'm the heavyweight champion and I got to defend my belt. And, you know, I'm looking to stay the champ, or I'm trying to become the Intercontinental Champion, or whatever you want to call it. You know, I wouldn't have a problem doing that, right? Creating a player, showing it to the audience and everything. Wrestling, the one thing about wrestling is wrestling does not actually expire. You see what I'm saying? Like SummerSlam, like Money in the Bank pay-per-view just happened, right? But 9 times out of 10, when Monday Night Raw comes on, Money in the Bank just happened, and NXT is happening right now. Now, I'm going to watch back NXT tonight, the pay-per-view, to see how it went, right? But there's a strong possibility that, you know, Monday they're going to be talking about Bad Blood or SummerSlam or whatever pay-per-view is next, right? So it keeps running. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with football. Football runs really till like February of next year. You see what I'm saying? So for me, because I love football so much, I can see playing it all the way into February. So with SmackDown, with wrestling and basketball, I wanted to make the choice to say, okay, I'm not going to shut these games out, but I'm not going to look to buy everything at once. Some things can wait till later, right? But to answer that, those are the games I'm currently looking forward to that I know I'm going to buy. Some of them I've already bought, like NCAA and Madden I've already bought. Dragon Age Inquisition. Once they give us a release date on that, I'm going to look to see when I'm going to order that, and I'll keep you updated. And Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'll probably be looking to, let me see when that releases, because I can look that up and see. Let me see real quick. It says, I could just say it to make it quicker. Assassin's Creed release date, Shadows. Nope, not that. That's Mirage. One second as I pull this up for you. November 12th, 2024. Okay, so with Assassin's Creed Shadows, because it comes out like November, I would probably be looking to pre-order that game because I'm looking to get the, what's the name of that thing? The suits. You know how like you pre-order the game? A lot of times, especially with Assassin's Creed games, right? Give me 1 second. Give me one breath second. A lot of times with Assassin's Creed, man, hopefully everybody's okay. Typically with Assassin's Creed games, when you order the game pre-order, right, your character gets like a sword and a suit and stuff like that. And it's not just decorative. Because the game is not a PvP game, it's a single player game, typically that suit helps. You know, like you start at 0, you start at level 1, but the suit may be at level 5 or 10, so you can fight enemies that are stronger, and it kind of gives you like a little boost in the beginning of the game. So I'd be looking to get that game all day, right, in November when it comes out. As far as Veilguard goes, I don't think Veilguard has been given a release date just yet, but when it does, I'm going to be looking to get the Prime Edition with that, you know. I have yet to decide what group I'm going to be with. And I also have yet to decide what character I'm going to create. Like, you know, whether I'm going to be a human, whether I'm going to be an elf, whether I'm going to be, you know, some sort of speciality. I haven't decided yet. You see what I'm saying? I just know I want the game. When it comes to 2K I'm going to be looking to run as a franchise. So it would be something that on the weekends on Kick, we would either play 2K or we would play NCAA. I would be running it the same way with franchise mode, you know, basically a franchise team that is looking to win as many championships as you can. I don't normally get into the one-on-ones, so don't look for that when Madden and 2K comes out and NCAA. Don't look for me to be playing the one-on-ones. I don't normally play them. So there's a good amount of games. Those are the games right there that I'm looking forward to that I'm trying to buy. There's a lot of the games I've seen, but those are the games come January 1st. I always go January 1st because that's like really the first day start of a new year. Come January 1st, I hope to have all of those games. But if I had to cut out two, I would cut out NBA and WWE and move forward with Shadows and Veilguard. Mainly because it's going to be ruined too. Like, one thing I can tell you right now, and whether that goes for this Kick streams or whether it go for TikTok streams, if you come in trying to spoil the story or trying to talk bad about it or something, you're going to get bounced. Okay? I'm all about positivity. Life is bad enough. Okay? When it comes to video games, we don't need the negativity, the trolling, and all that goes along with it. So basically, when we're playing these amazing games, we're looking to talk to people, even if you don't have a game and you're playing Madden or you're playing, NBA, feel free to talk about it, but talk about it in a positive light. I'm not a negative content creator, and I don't want a negative chat, So, number 3, Xbox partnering with Amazon. Now, if you don't know, okay, which is understandable, recently, a couple days ago, Xbox announced that they're going to be bringing Xbox to Amazon Fire Sticks, okay? There was a big uproar about it. You got the people on one side that feel as though this is wrong for Xbox to do, and you got people on the other side that feel as though it's not a problem. If I had to choose a side, and I had to give an opinion, this is not a problem for me, okay? I think that people have to understand that no matter what it is, okay, whether it's streaming Apple Arcade on your phone, playing your Nintendo Switch, playing Xbox or PlayStation, playing any of those on cloud streaming, on a tablet or whatever, it comes down to internet, It mainly comes down to the internet that you have at that time. Now, the one plus that I would give the Nintendo Switch over, say, xCloud is, typically, I can take my phone and connect it to my Switch, and it'll run, like it ain't nothing, right? But xCloud, I think because of the games, requires a higher internet frequency. Basically more strength is required to run a xCloud game on an X stream, okay? So, to me, don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily have like a problem with it or anything like that. Like, I feel as though that it helps the growth of Xbox, Like, when they started releasing games of PlayStation, I'm like, that's just more money for more games, Like, that's basically they're securing the money for the next acquisition. Now, keep in mind, I own an Xbox Series X as well as a PlayStation 5, a Nintendo Switch OLED, and I also play mobile as well. So this is not coming from somebody that's like just Xbox jaded, or PlayStation jaded or Nintendo jaded. Like, I'm on all of them, right? And my opinion is it's a good thing. Some people don't want the console. Hell, I even thought last night, I was like, I was sitting there watching TV. I forget what I was watching, right? I was watching something on TV. Give me 1 second. I was watching something on TV, right? And I thought to myself, I said, because I was making the topics for this podcast right here. And I thought to myself, I said, to be honest, if they do make a Fire Stick where I can just put my Fire Stick in the TV, should I buy another Xbox? Like, honestly, and this is coming from a person, if I didn't have so much stuff packed on top of my Xbox, I would show you my hand to God. If I had to take a picture and show you, I literally have my Xbox original under my table, right? I have been buying Xboxes for years, right? And I thought to myself, I was like, should I really buy the next one? Or should I just buy like a Fire Stick and just put it in the back of my TV? It really comes down to your TV and your internet. If your internet is out, you can't run Xbox, period. If the servers are down, you can't run Xbox, period. Now, there are some games you can play offline, right? So, and there are also with the cable we have, there are new routers that work even when the power goes out for a couple of hours. But I was just thinking, I was like, wow, this is the first time in like probably forever that I thought that, should I buy the system? Should I buy the system or should I buy a Fire Stick? So we'll have to wait and see on that. But I like the options. I like the direction Xbox is going in with the cloud gaming. I noticed that it's still in beta, so they're probably still trying to work things out. I feel like when it gets to an alpha stage, it's going to be a very, very good service, and it's going to be something that brings in more people. Now, it's not about taking away from PlayStation. I think in general, just having an option, like, because I have a backbone, and if you don't know, a backbone is a device that you slap on the back of your phone, and then it puts controllers into the iPhone where you can play Xbox games on your iPhone. So to me, I love it. If you're going to expand that, great. More options is more better for me. So the next topic, a petition has been started to stop a petition to stop Assassin's Creed Shadows was started. Now I'm going to address this because it's a part of gaming. Okay, we are not going to address this from a political or ethnicity standpoint. We are addressing this as gamers. Gamers come in all different shapes, sizes, creeds, nationalities, religious beliefs, sexualities, and everything. Okay, and I respect all of that. You do what you're going to do, live your life, do you. Okay, but the response that's been going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows in some capacities is wrong. Okay, because for a long period of time, in not just gaming, but comic books, TV shows, whatever you want to take, minorities were not really a part of the story. Okay? Assassin's Creed, if Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, was say they were making Shadows, right? And they just took a random African person in that time period and stuffed them into the game, right? I could maybe see where you're coming from. That's not how it goes. But when you can type in on Google whether this was a real person and whether they became a samurai and all that, and it comes back, yes, I don't see the problem. This is a video game. Valhalla had us taking Viking ships and raiding villages and stealing the gold and chopping people up and stuff. Like, so you telling me now we're doing the same thing, but because a minority is a lead in the category, now we have a problem. I feel like that's the side of the game that I want no parts of. It also is I'm also gonna bring it up in another topic we get into, but mainly I feel like stuff like that is not needed. I did hear something where they said it got up to like 50,000 signatures, but when you really look at it, most Assassin's Creed, matter of fact, I can look it up right now. How much did Assassin's Creed Valhalla sell? I'm pretty sure there's somebody on the internet that got the numbers. Let's see. Says on Reddit, it says Assassin's Creed Valhalla made let's click on it and see what it says. That will give you the information, right? It says on a second here, let's see. It says Assassin's Creed Valhalla made over $1 billion, Ubisoft's first game to do so. And then they go into the comment sections going into it. Now, I'm not going to say they made $1 billion, but let's say they did, right? This is a Viking-based Norwegian, if I'm not mistaken, because that's their nationality is Norwegian, right? This is the Norwegian-style character in this game, and we all loved it. Before that, it was a Egyptian character. Loved it. I'm not Egyptian, but loved it. They went to Greece. I loved that even more. Big fan of Rome, right? Before that, we were a Native American. We were a pirate. Loved that. You didn't hear people complaining about piracy laws and how they portrayed Britons and stuff like that, right? Before that, when we were pirates, they had slaves. There's a part of Assassin's Creed Black Flag where some people were slaves and you could free them off the plantation and stuff, right? Before that, if I'm not mistaken, you had a Native American where you were playing in like the American Civil War and stuff like that, right? So we have jumped from category to category several times, okay? So to tag down on this one game, I don't blame people that are really going to enjoy the game. I blame people that bring the outside noise of the world to the world of gaming. If you want to talk to me about should he be in the game, that's why I researched it before I said anything. I said, like I just did. Hey, I can't say the person's name. You know who I'm talking about, the person with the phone, right? Hey, such and such, did this character actually exist? And then it comes back. It could be debatable if he was a samurai, but then they have words that was used in character with his name that mean samurai. He was African. He was a real person. I'm like, wow, this is super exciting to play. You know, like I've never really played something like this. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And I'm drowning out all the noise that goes along with it. And to be honest, anybody that's a fan of Assassin's Creed, I advise you to do the same. Below that, next topic. Live service games and my thoughts on it. Okay, if you don't know, a live service game, who is that? Christian McCaffrey, is he hurt? Okay, give me 1 second here. Live service games are games like Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, Battlefield, NBA 2K, Madden, NCAA, FIFA, right? You get where I'm going with this. A live service game is a game that gets developed and made with the intention of making it better as time goes on, whether it be through content, DLC, season passes, packages, new players, whatever you want to call it. It's a live game. It's not a static, meaning, you know, when you buy a game and it plays just that one way, that's not a live service game. A live service game is a type where it comes out and you basically have to get the passes and the updates to stay current with the game, right? To me, this is not a problem, okay? I know a lot of people have a different opinion when it comes to microtransactions and stuff like that. Certain games, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, okay? Like, there are some games out there. I wouldn't necessarily count Call of Duty as one, but there are games out there like say, take 2K, right? Great game, but you can't play on the court when you create a character as a 67. Because most of these guys start off, some people go into 2K the way I go into Madden. You know, every day, just 2K, nothing else, right? So they earn it and they buy it where they're at a higher level. So if you were to play on a game with them and they're like an 80-something, you're getting smacked. You're getting smacked around. There's no way around this, right? Call of Duty is a little bit different because a lot of things are decorative, but sometimes the decorations of a character can change the difficulty of the game. Like there was a time where they released a skin for the character, and it made him look invisible because it was black. But then they went back and put colors on it and stuff, and people didn't like it. But I'm like, hey, it has to be even, you know? So when it comes to live service games and updates to games as far as like, you know, mainly the updates that have to do with the game itself, as long as it's not something that gives the next person over top of me an advantage in a one-on-one fight or something, I'm okay with it. You know, I really actually myself have gotten to a point where I like live service games. Some of them more than other games. Like, don't get me wrong, and I'll be getting into Starfield and what I feel about their live service actions. But take 2K. Really take Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty is coming out on Xbox Game Pass, but I want the upgrade. You know, I want the version where I get the nice suit and I get the nice gun. I want the season pass where every time I complete the mission, I actually get 3 levels up instead of 1 level up. So I feel like it comes down to each gamer. You know, it comes down to what each one of us want in a game. You know, if you're willing to buy the season pass and actually put yourself in a position where, you know, you're ready to buy the season pass every year, then basically I don't see it as a problem. But if you want to buy a game and not have to buy anything else for it, you shouldn't buy a live service game. And one other thing that I wanted to address along with that, a live service game having bugs and issues, which are like basically glitchy type things, that's acceptable. I guarantee it right now, not guarantee, but I would place down a bet right now, if I was a betting man, that Grand Theft Auto is going to come out with bugs. Okay? Hell, every sports game that come out with this year is going to have something wrong with it. That's just how it works. So you have to know that going into games. I'm pretty sure Dragon Age will have something. I'm pretty sure, what's the other game I'm getting? Assassin's Creed will have something. Every game, no game that I've seen has launched with no bug at all. Everybody has at least 1 or 2 things that's wrong with their game that they have to fix later. Number 6, why I chose Kick.com as my streaming platform. Okay, now, I can tell you now as one of the things that I'm going to be doing. After this stream, I'm going to be doing a video either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a video that's going to replace one of my pinned videos. Now, normally, I didn't. Okay, I just want to make sure we were running at a clear capacity here. Yeah, everything seems to be running well. Give it a second to clear up and then we'll continue. Okay, we seem to be good now. So, one of the main, not to say one of the reasons, but first of all, I already have an active, I've streamed once or twice to Twitch, okay? When I first started streaming, you used to be able to stream Xbox directly to YouTube. That's where I started, okay? Before the computers and the Elgatos and the Yetis and the iPads and all that sorts of stuff, right? I started on Xbox streaming directly to YouTube, right? And then Xbox came out with Mixer, so I moved over to Mixer. And then basically after Mixer, I did more time on YouTube. And then once TikTok came out, I moved over to TikTok. And then when Kick was created, I created a platform on on Kick, right, where I am now. What I realized was, number one, and the reason why and I can tell you today because I made my mind up today, I'm going to be making a video that runs as a pinned video on TikTok to explain to people that if something goes on with TikTok, you can catch me on Kick, okay? I know you may be asking yourself, well, you have a blue check mark on Twitter. Why not do it on Twitter, right? My opinion and what I have seen, and I'm going to hold this forever, right? The stuff that I got incurred, like, the wild part about it is some of the things that were actually said to me, because this is a family-friendly stream, I can't repeat. Like, it was that bad, okay? Over a video game, right? Over Assassin's Creed Shadows, it was that bad in the comment section. Now, to me, when I come into Kick and I see just chatting and Grand Theft Auto and PUBG and Valorant and Rainbow Six Siege and all these sorts of things, I'm like, okay, this is a home right here for podcasts and video games. For the two, because the Minicast is basically a Minicast version of, a topic normally only lasting 10 minutes. Like, this Minicast is going to last over an hour, but normally they only go 10 minutes, right? So the thing about it was, like today, I was like, I have all these topics that I want to talk about. I could either break them down into YouTube videos or I could do a Kick stream about it and run a live stream, right? Because Kick is so open to just streaming, people have an open mind and are willing to at least listen. You see what I'm saying? But I'm starting to understand more why a lot of people don't actually be on X because of the fact of all the things that get played out in it. There's times that I'll see people talking about random stuff in video game comments chats. I'm talking about, we talking about a video game, but then you got this person over here talking about race. You got this person over here talking about politics. You got another person over here talking about religion. You got another person over here talking about sexual orientation. I'm like, bro, like, let's talk about the games. Let's keep it about the gaming topics. If you want to do all that, have a separate category for that or something like that. So it just made me believe that, yeah, of course I would keep my blue check mark because there's information that I want to get across to you guys. And to be honest, I feel once you have the blue check mark, you can't go back because you would have to change the way you tweet. Like how I tweet now, I'm able to write, the tweet as long as I want to. Whereas if I get rid of my blue check mark, I would have to go back to 100, 120 words sentences on, X, which I don't want to do. So I'll keep it. But as far as my streaming place, it's going to be Kick, And also, it's not one of those things, my audience, the 51 Dynasties know it's not something that we just created today. I've been doing Kick streams for, I don't know the exact day I became an affiliate, but, that is something that I am. So what that means is if you come over and you like what you see and, you notice that, hey, over here, it's going to be side-by-side content and, I'm going to be live and it's not going to be like just recorded content and stuff like that. Maybe one day you feel as though you want to sub up. Great. I have the ability to receive that. That's what that means of being a Kick affiliate. Somebody that just comes on Kick and is not an affiliate can't receive subscriptions and gifts. But I'm in a situation now where I can receive subscriptions and gifts from Kick. So basically, I'm in a great position with it, right? So once I got the Kick affiliate, which if you go to my website, you will see the address that I put out. Some of the things I said in it, which I still do mean today, I'm greatly appreciative of it. I'm glad that the 51 Dynasties, at least the ones that have come over, shout out to the 147 that have come over. We going to keep growing, right? But at least the ones that did come over put us in a situation where basically, to call it fair, we're in a situation now where we have a base, something we can build off of. Yes, I understand there's, 4,000 people on X, but like I said, a lot of people that are on X are there for, like I heard Elon Musk say one time, X is the number one source for news, right? And it is. If you want to know what's going on in the world, if you want to know what's going, especially in gaming, if you want to know what's going on in gaming, you want to go on over to X and check it out. You'll have, I myself will respond to a comment based upon a video game. Sometimes the people that wrote the comment actually respond, hit you with a like or say something to you, and that's greatly appreciative. I don't think it's a bad place. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's like a bad platform or anything. I think that basically because they host a lot of conversations that sometimes it can get mixed in the middle, and ever since the streaming capability has been out, I have yet to see a person actually streaming in the category. Like when you go to the news feed, I don't see a lot of people on my news feed that are like, that are basically like running videos or anything like that. And, I want to be in a situation where you guys are, I wanted to get to a point where you guys and gals knew where I was going to be permanently, not where I was going to be today or tomorrow. Twitch is X is always going to be there. I have my blue check mark, and I can always stream there if something's a problem. But Kick attracted me. Number one, they attracted me because of the crypto. Okay, I'm not going to get into it here, and you do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. Seek out a financial advisor, and anything you win or lose is your risk and your problem, right? But at the same time, I am a believer of crypto. I'm invested in it. I believe in its matrix and methods and things like that. I know how to read a chart, right? So I don't have a problem with it. As far as the whole gambling thing, myself personally, living in Philadelphia, I've been to Atlantic City several times, okay? I've been to Las Vegas several times. Hell, I've played lotteries at least over 10 times, okay? I've played scratch-offs at least over 20 times. So, to me, I feel like I understand people that are in situations where, hey, they have a problem and it's a problem being around it. I don't know if a lot of people know, but you can go into your settings and flash that out. So you could click a setting that takes away gambling streams and content from your feed in Kick. So you don't have to see it, But for the rest of us that are used to it and are like, hey, that's cool, you can just leave it up there, okay? As far as what's been said or what woman is dressed what way or whatever, man, you're going to find that on every platform, okay? You're going to find somebody to say something weird on every platform. You're going to find an underdressed person on every platform, man or woman. I done seen dudes playing Madden with no shirt on. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm talking about you coming to the street, my man just sitting there, no shirt on. I'm like, are you serious right now? 1 second. It's more than just, It's more than just, like, where you play the game. It's also about the economy of it, If Kick said, hey, to pay our streamers 95 or 100, really it's like 100 split, but 5% goes to processing fees, right? If we were going to pay our guys 95% split, guys and gals, because there's women streamers as well, right? Old and young, right? If we were going to pay our streamers, if you had to pay $20 or $30 so our streamers could get paid 100% split, that's messed up. Let's just call it what it is, right? But what they're doing is they're actually saying, okay, we're going to take the vast majority of money that we do make for our content creators, and because they made it, we're going to give it to them, right? And it costs you nothing. You see what I'm saying? If you subscribe to the channel, I see a bigger split than what I would see anywhere else. Now, that doesn't top TikTok's reach, but it does, in my eyes, put them right up there as one of the best platforms to be on, because of the fact that as you grow, you don't have to worry about the economy part of it. You don't have to be like, well, I have to get 100 million this and 100,000 this, and I got to get 4,000 watch hours a year, and I got to get 100 new followers every month, and I got to get all of this. Don't get me wrong, they have paths to that, right? But the first stage as an affiliate to me is very reasonable. I felt as though it was very reasonable. I think it was like 50 or 75 followers, about 5 or 6 hours in affiliate, and I feel as though that's a great starting point. I remember when I was coming through the airport with my wife about a year or so ago, and this guy, you know how you walk past, you get through security, if you've ever been to the airport, you get through security, and then if your gate is somewhere else, you have to walk past other security gates. So cut a long story short, this guy got past the security gate, and I noticed as he was walking past me, he had Twitch on his shirt, right? And I said, man, it has gotten super popular streaming when people are wearing not just the video games, but the branding of the brands they are a part of. So I said to myself, yeah, before I fly out, I'm going to grab me some Twitch shirts, some Kick shirts, some TikTok shirts, some Kick shirts. I'm going to advertise as well. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to check it out. Right? And the reason why I'm doing that is not because of what we are now, but what we can become. There was a time the 51 Dynasties on TikTok were only 100. There was times on Twitter where the 51 Dynasties was only 100. Now look at us. 4,000 something on TikTok. 3,000 something, close to 4,000 on on X. You should see the numbers behind it. We're growing at a great rate, but we're growing, how I said from the beginning, at our own pace. We're not trying to catch the next streamer or trying to keep up with the latest guy playing this game, because a lot of them get burnt out. If you notice, a lot of streamers that play games that they're not really into will get burnt out within 4 or 5 months, and then they'll be off to playing something else. I played Madden 24 all the way up to when the new game comes out, right? Now with Dragon Age and Inquisition, Veilguard and Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out, I'm still going to play those games, but at the same time, they're going to be played off screen, so that way there's more sports that's put out. You see what I'm saying? I'm making a leap into sports a little bit more this year. Last year, I would say I was about 70-30, right? Or at least 50-50, right? When I first started out, I was doing more, 70-30. 70 regular games, 30 sports. Now it's become 70 sports, 30 regular games, right? So in my eyes, don't get me wrong, I like it, and I feel as though with Kick, as long as you are in the right headspace and have the time and have the equipment, because it's more than just, stream directly to it type thing, I feel like it's a great place to be. I can see our community getting very big. I can see us getting to a point where the chat, there's been days the chat's just flying. Some days it flies, some days it doesn't. Some people just want to listen and don't actually want to get into actually, saying anything. I've had people say, hey, I've been watching for over a year, I just never said anything. It's understandable. Some people don't want to jump out of the community. I have no problem with that. All I say is, stay connected to the brand, and when you feel as though you've heard enough or seen enough and I proved myself to you, be sure to subscribe to the channel and help out the community. Join up first and then sub up next if you want to. So, number 7, my thoughts on Halo's direction and where I wish it would go. The reason why I'm answering this is because a lot of people may ask, well, why did you play Halo 5 Guardians but you didn't play the new Halo, right? I'm going to be honest. I want to watch the Halo TV show that's coming out, but I'm tired of playing as Master Chief. I'll just be honest with you. Okay, I'm tired of it. It's been Master Chief since the starting of Halo, right? Once you gave me a opportunity to play as Agent Locke and then play with other characters, you can't go back to just Master Chief. That's just how I feel, And I also feel as though, in my opinion, Halo 5 was the better game. Had the better story, had the better multiplayer. Like, we went from Halo 5 multiplayer where it's PvE. PvE means player versus everything or everyone, something like that, right? PvP means player versus player. So in Halo 5, you had your character and maybe 30 other dudes that was trying to, with each wave that comes out, beat 20 or 30 enemies. Then they let you, get some ammo and then get ready for the next round. By the time you got to round 5, that's when a boss would appear. Some boss from the game, right? and then everybody floods over there, and we're bringing it. That's when you bring the tanks out and the jets and the rocket launchers and everything. You go over there and you give him the business, him or her the business, right? And then when you're done, you can run another match. And Halo Infinite isn't that way. Halo Infinite to me feels like Call of Duty, Halo Call of Duty, and a lot of people like it. Some people don't. I'm one of the people that don't, So I kind of stayed away from Halo Infinite. The one thing I wish that we would get eventually from Halo, I'm not asking for you to kill Master Chief. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I would appreciate the ability to create my own character. Something where you could start the whole Halo saga over again by just saying the next Halo has a customizable character that plays a role in Halo, and we're pausing Master Chief right now to try this out. I bet you Halo might be in running for Game of the Year if you were to do that. But you know why it doesn't get in the running now for Game of the Year? Because it's the same story, bro. You've been telling me it's the same thing. There's a threat to the universe. Master Chief wakes up. He's the only one that can solve it. He solves the problem. Then he goes back to cryogenic stasis, or he just sits around and waits for the next problem. That's boring. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't boring in Halo 5. It wasn't boring in Halo 3. It wasn't boring in Halo 2 and 1. But it's gotten to a point now where it's like, I want something different. When I'm playing Starfield, Dragon Age, Cyberpunk, hell, even wrestling, and you got these deep Assassin's Creed, you got these deep customizable characters. I feel as though that draws me into a game more. That's why you see the games that I buy, the ones that have more of a creator side to it, because I draw into games more like that. I'm like, man, I just got this new sword, or I just got this new weapon, I just got this new pair of clothes, and they give me this stat, and yeah, slowly but sure, you see somebody else that you playing with, oh man, I can't wait till I get up to his level and I can get his suit and da-da-da-da-da-da, But with Infinite, it don't get me wrong, I saw a little bit of the story, it was a little bit interesting, but in a main course, I was like, man, I'm not into the multiplayer, I'm not really into the story, and then from what I heard, that's supposed to be the Halo that sticks around for like the next couple of years, so they're making Halo more back into the, Halo Call of Duty style, where it's just basically, 5-on-5 and stuff like that. Now in Call of Duty, that's different, because Call of Duty gives you a mega story, Call of Duty 6, Black Ops, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Black Ops 6, if I'm not mistaken, right? Call of Duty is going to have this amazing story, It's going to be based upon real life and all this sorts of stuff. They're going, the story is going to be incredible, right? And you're going to be in a position where when you finish that story, that basically now you can go play multiplayer, Now you're like, if you don't play one before you play the other, I might actually play multiplayer before I play the story, but I want to see the story as well. But the story can also be played offline. Same thing with the, multiplayer, right? And the good part about it is they're talking about bringing it to Switch. So see, this is where I think Call of Duty is going to get bigger, because I know a lot of people, speaking as a Switch owner, I would love to be able to pull out my Switch and jump into a Call of Duty match. How long does a Call of Duty match really take? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? There's a lot of times when you're sitting there doing nothing where you have 15 minutes to jump into a match. Especially if you have the season pass. Now you grind it on the bus. Excuse me. Now you're grinding it out on the bus. Now you're on the train, getting you a Call of Duty match in. Now you're at the airport. Now you're at your job on a lunch break. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of things that Nintendo showed where people play the game, but they forgot some other places. Speaking as a person that has rode public transportation all across the country, I'm talking about in the East Coast and the West Coast to get to work. You have time, okay? You have nothing but time on that bus or train. Same thing with that trolley. You have nothing but time, okay? So if you could pull out your Nintendo Switch, jump into a Call of Duty match, especially like me, I have, which I'll be putting a picture up later, right? I also have the Apple headphones, right? You can slap those Apple headphones on your phone or on your Switch and game out. Now it's like being at home with a video game, right? So in my opinion, I feel that, to be honest, I would love if they went in a different direction, something with a customizable, Master Chief in a sense. But until they kind of, show me something new, I'm probably going to be cooling off on Halo for a while. Number 8, how's things in Starfield? Okay, so Starfield has been out almost a year. Okay, so some things, just to give you a warning, some things I say may seem game enderish. 1 second. So the game's been out almost a year. Okay, so let me say this. The game was a great game. The story was incredible. I just recently found out another part to the story, I want to say almost a month ago, right? It was one of the things where I'm talking about when I found out, without ruining it for you, when I found out the reason why, let's just call him animal, this animal exists, I was like, you serious? Like, this is where they come from? And I'm like, wow, yet again, Starfield has upped the game when it comes to story. Now, is the game dead? No. No way, shape, or form. It's only its first year, Typically, what happens is when a game comes out in the first year, you play all the year one content. And then you start to play the backups and the DLCs and stuff like that after the fact, right? So Shattered Space is going to come out. Am I going to play Shattered Space when it comes out? It depends. It depends on when Shattered Space comes out. I feel like I'm going to be knee deep in. I feel like we're going to be knee deep in Assassin's Creed and knee deep in Dragon Age Veilguard before I could actually say I'm going to turn it off to play Starfield. And the reason why I would do that is because also, just to be honest, the Creation Store where you download mods and stuff like that, from what I can tell, a mod that you download to the game might actually mess up your game, right? I have almost 200 hours into my Starfield game. I cannot afford something happening where I have to start from scratch because I might not play it again. I had that happen to me on a Pokemon game on my Switch, and I ended up selling the game because of the fact that I didn't want to start over again when I was almost about to finish the game. So I'm a little wary on mods, but when it comes to Shattered Space and it comes to DLC and these things they want to put into it, oh yeah, I'll jump back in for that. If I had to give an honest opinion, which I have previously on that game, great game. If you haven't picked it up, pick it up. I'm pretty sure you can get it on sale Black Friday if you really want to wait and get a sale on it. Or what you can do is just subscribe to an Xbox membership and you get it for free. If you don't know, all first-party games from Xbox come directly to Game Pass, so that's why I have it. And yeah, I would say that if you're looking for a great space game with exploration and crafting and stuff like that, check it out. Number 9, CD Projekt Red is making a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. My thoughts. Cyberpunk, in my opinion, was a good game. But the problem with Cyberpunk was probably one of the most glitchiest games when it first came out. I'm not going to lie. Okay? I don't do that with the 51 Dynasties. I don't tell you guys one thing, guys and gals, one thing and mean something else. Okay? I have to be honest about the game. 1 second. There's one part that I'll never forget, right? There was this one part where the character gets up out of his bed, and then you had the ability to walk to the bathroom and look in the mirror. And then the mirror opens, and then you get to see your character. Because you're normally playing in first person where you can't see your character outside of the menu, right? So I go to the mirror, and they only show a glitchy part of my character. And I'm like, wow, that's messed up, right? And then there were times where basically I would be, overwhelmed by the electronic side of the game. I feel that I understand that the mechanical mods and all that sorts of stuff is part of the game, but I'm really interested in what they're going to do as a sequel. What is the next game going to be about? But I also do have to be honest that these first-person games are less appealing to me now. After playing Starfield, playing Dragon Age, and stuff like that, I like first person, but if I had a choice, it would be third person. And I know Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be third person. I know that Dragon Age Veilguard is going to be third person. So to say that I would buy CD Projekt Red's sequel, to be honest, it depends on what the game is. I might look to get it, but I don't know if I'm getting it day one. after what CD Projekt Red had happened to them with Cyberpunk, I can't afford for them to, in my opinion, I can't afford for them to, pay $100 and then the game is just unplayable. So maybe it comes out for a week or two. Who knows? My mind may change depending on how the game looks. But in my opinion, I think it's a wait and see type game. The last topic that I'm going to get you guys and gals out here. What's the game schedule looking like going forward? Okay, so this was one that I wanted to save to the end to explain again. The game schedule is as follows. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live shortly next week with NCAA 25. We will be playing NCAA 25 on Kick as well as TikTok. Now, TikTok is going to be Monday through Friday, and Kick is going to be Saturday and Sunday, right? And then, when we get to August, the schedule is going to change up again, where it's going to be Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok, where we're playing Madden, and then on Kick, on the weekends, we're going to be playing NCAA. Now, when I get 2K and I get WWE, those games will be rotated in. But games like Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto, Dragon Age, those are going to be more recorded and then uploaded games. Like I said, if you wasn't listening earlier, maybe you're just new to the stream. As I said earlier, there are elements to games that you can't predict. You see what I'm saying? Nudity, drug use, cursing, shooting, whatever you want to call it. All that sorts of stuff is 18 or older content. So if I play that live, I have to turn on the 18 or older tag, and everybody that might want to just come in and chill can't do that. So those are going to be recorded games that get uploaded. Today I may actually try, Today I may actually try recording my iPad to see what the footage looks like on my computer, so that way we can start to check that out. So we know before Assassin's Creed and Dragon Age comes out that basically we'll be able to record and upload it. But the schedule as follows is going to be sports games, and more sports games. Okay, available on TikTok and Kick. If you're watching back on playback at TikTok at SR51Media, so that is SR, S as in Sam, R as in Rose, 51 Media on TikTok. Okay, on Kick at SR51Media. That's same name as S as in Sam, R as in Rose, 51 Media on kick.com, KICK.com. Okay, we will be live during the weekends. Today is Sunday. Sorry that I didn't make it in here yesterday on Saturday. Once again, I had a family kind of chill mission. It was very hot, and we decided to chill and relax as a family. We were expecting some more people, but it kind of fell through a little bit. So basically, I was able to basically come live on the game today and put something up here as a stream and stuff like that. Seems like the Ravens have won this game, but at the same time, I just wanted to put it out there to you guys and gals. I had an amazing time with you here today. When we get NCAA, there's going to be more gameplay, probably because Madden is going to be out of contention when NCAA comes out. That's when we'll actually hang up the Madden streams. And then, like I said, the reason why NCAA will be played on Kick on the weekends is because that's where it's going to be played normally once Madden comes out. So you might as well just run the whole full schedule and, have everybody show up. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for chilling. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for watching, giving the brand a chance. And you have a blessed, safe rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you on Monday's stream, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. Make sure to be there. And any moderators that have not come over, be sure to come on over to kick.com at SR51Media. Grab your seat. This is my home on the weekends. And if anything happens on TikTok, it will be my home all week. And I will be putting a video out explaining that as well. So you have a blessed, safe rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.